big. We'll go through the bow and drill. I'll show you some different parts. And then the bamboo fire saw, the fire piston, and the flint and steel. And then we'll try to do the hand drills again. And I'll have to have another volunteer because that guy Mike helped me on the last one. Like them young guys that speak like this. Because you use a lot of muscles that I don't have anymore. I use them for this. But first of all, what it says is a piece of rock and the steel, and this is the secret, is the metal. The spark comes off of the metal, as you see there, and then you can learn to direct it into your nest. And our nest is our favorite bark or cottonwood or leaves, and it's a fire aid. Remember I said fire aids? And so we take our favorite bark and nest, and we want to catch a spark in it. But to do this method, we should have some charred cloth, which has already been made in the fire. Sort of that big circle where you got to have a fire to make a fire. Then this is the charred cotton. And we strike it like and then we put that into the nest and we blow it into a flame. So you can use the fungus here. In Sweden, if you don't have the charred cloth, you can use the natural fungus that grows on the tree, which Lars explained to me. I'll pass this around so you guys can try to make some sparks. Now, one guy said, Mel, well, that's Flint, but what about another rock? Yeah, try one. Not as good because it isn't sharp. Okay, on the bow and drill there are some tricks. We have the bow, some of them are long and green, and you can make them tight, or you can tighten with your hand. You need the string or your shoelace, or know how to make cordage, like from the milkweed, the dog bean, or the yucca, or such as that. So we got the bow, we have the fire board, which I already used one hole, and I can use the same hole over again. And I have a notch underneath. I'll pass this one around, you can look at the notch. And it can be used over and over. I have the spindle, which I'm going to rough this one up because I just used that one. Pointed. Oil off your hair, or your skin, or your ear, or chapstick. Has to go inside. Inside your socket, which is, it can be a rock or a hard piece of wood. It could be a deer antler. It could be a seashell. It could be the Boy Scout method. See that cheater in there? It's a bearing. Them Boy Scouts, you gotta watch them. Or it could be, right? You figured that now, didn't you? Shot glass. That's the best one to teach students because it's so slick and it's easy. Then later they can buy you one. Sometimes we have our little favorite pieces of wood and we don't want to lose them and they're not long enough, so we use the leg bone off of the deer and we insert it like that. And then we have a long stick for, because this little piece is like gold here, it's yucca, and works very well. Maybe the bow, it's too hard to get the stick inside and the student can't get it in there and it twists and it pops out. one of my friends came up with this. He put it in, very easy, right? Then he put this loop and he tightened this with his hand like that. So even primitive technology can be improved. Now I'm going to set up for the bow and drill, and I'm going to turn it over here in a second and let my able man buddy here talk a little bit about the hand drill. Then we'll jump back and do this bow and drill. We'll do the bamboo fire saw.
This is probably not very practical up here because I know it's quite a difficult method to do in this sort of climate. A lot of people I know that have tried it up here haven't got it, but I know it can be done because friends have actually done it. It's much better in a dry climate. I mean, the Africans use it, the Aborigines use it, the Americans use it. So I guess for you guys it's kind of just novelty value, but on the other hand, you never know where you might end up with UN commitments and all that sort of thing. So it's probably not a bad technique to actually learn, because one thing I've found with all of this is that when I teach students bow drill, it's got a lot of working parts, and so a lot more things can go wrong. You know, what often happens is that this flicks out, they can't get the tension right, it pops out of the bottom, they can't cut the holes properly, they've got to find this stick, they've got to find that, they've got to shape that. It's a bit of a muck around. And in Australia, this actual stick is called black boy or grass tree. It's got a couple of other names, and it just grows as a spike like that out of like a clump of grass with a large flowering head on it. And when it's dead, all the Aborigines do is come along and they just go crack, crack. Put that bit down, shape your holes, take this bit, shape the end, put one against the other and start doing this. So you've only got two pieces of stick and only one actual moving part. There's nothing terribly complicated with it. But you'll find what I'd like to do is, we won't get a chance to do it here, but just come and see me sometime through the time you're here, either just around or I'm in cabin 3, and I've got other sets you can give a try of. It's much easier if you've got two people doing it, okay, especially at the start, because the technique is the main thing. When you first start to learn to do it, you end up with blisters. The best people to teach this to get a fire going are smokers without matches. You say, have you got any matches? And you go, and I'll have a fire going in a couple of minutes. Okay, desperation breeds that. With the Aboriginals, like this is a fairly soft wood, this black wood, but they have a much harder wood as well. And what I find with it is that it's very hard to get the thing going because you've got to get some friction in there. It's very hard wood. And you may have noticed if you've ever done this technique before, with a bow drill or with a hand drill, what you do is it starts to go as it's trying to cut in. So what the Aborigines do is they have a saying that says, put some sand in the hole so that the drill won't laugh at you. And by that they mean you get some sand from the desert, you drop it in the hole and it acts as an abrasive, as a cutting agent. And then, when they start to do this, they don't get that sound, okay? And it works fine. Also, you can see here with Mel, he's cut a notch in the side. Everyone see that? Right? A V-notch. Well, with this softer wood, I put a V-notch in it, but with the Aboriginal ones, the harder wood ones, or the Aborigines use this too, but with the harder wood ones, all they did was they didn't put a V-notch in it, they just cut. There's your hole. They just cut a little channel to the side. Because the wood's much harder, it doesn't drill down so quickly, so you can get away with just having a little channel to allow the coal or powder to fall out the side. So they didn't actually usually do this V-notch arrangement. Okay? There you go. Yep. Okay. We're going to demo this in a minute, but like I said, if you want to actually try it, come and see me later and I'll give you the set to play around and show you how it's done. And either I'll work on it with you, or if you can team up in twos, it's much better. Okay? And last time, actually, has anyone done this before? Hand drill? Anyone here? No? Cool. Sorry?
The bull rig.
No, the handle. No? No one at all? Okay. Just I got a I had a backup guy who I had sitting here before, just in case I used to get it going, but I didn't need him. So I'm looking for a volunteer as a backup man. Anyone would like to try it? You may not get to try it, but anyone would like to try it?
I need a volunteer too.
Okay. Yeah, you want to come over here?
Or do you want it, guys? More, you know.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. Looks like
Stronger.
you're gonna get to try it.
Whoops.
Can you ever
You know, in the jungle.
Okay.
Okay, this one, I'm going to make you coal with a bone drill, and then I'll put it in there. And I put some charred cloth in there already, and some tinder and little pieces of grass. And I've lined this up, see, with my foot, my hand, my knee, my shoulder, my eye. And then I'm just going to go blow it first to see how it feels. Not broken. People, proud people. I got thrown out a lot of cowboy bars for doing that. They didn't believe it could be done, so I just took their money. My area used cottonwood. It was like a stalk. It was in one of the slides for the Indian foods. Slides with a big yellow flower and the stalks coming up. So, and we can cook rice in it when it's green. I just take green ones, I cut a notch and fill them half rice, half water, and lay them over there, and I steam the rice right in the bamboo. Scrape the black off, crack it open, and he gets half and I get half. So bamboo is very useful, and if you get it in rainy season, it can grow 1 to 2 foot overnight, according to National Geographic magazine. Bamboo is a wonder grass. In Hong Kong, you see giant scaffolds, and they're all tied together, and they use bamboo. Very strong. Sometimes I get it from the San Diego Zoo. Now I found it in North Carolina. They have a lot of bamboo growing there. Now, if you don't have some, you can use wood. I've seen guys make a fire saw out of wood like this. They cut a V in here, like that, and then they have another piece of wood as their sharp edge, and use this. But, you know, you got to be selecting the wood that's in your area. You have to try it and test it. Like I said, be prepared. A lot of railroad flares. That's how I like fire. Okay, there is a varnish-like finish on the bamboo. We want to take this off. And then underneath, we want to get the tinder. And using the tinder, we break it up like this. Put it into 2 parts. This is our flash pan. We need to cut a guiding notch. Sometimes I need a guiding light.
There you go. You're saved for posterity.
His office in Sweden. I said I am going. I don't want the whole world to read how the postal guy came down here in his camouflage and went crazy. Because you didn't let him go to Sweden. I mean, this is a chance of a lifetime. I'm really glad to be here. Every day Tom says, pinch yourself. Are we really here? I said, yeah, I think so. Okay, flash pan. Reduce the thickness with your knife like that. But not like this, because if it goes through there, it'll go right through your fingers. So hold it up here and reduce the thickness. And you know, out of 50 Marines a day in the jungle, guaranteed somebody's going to cut their finger off before the week's over. Because there's a lot of these swinging around out there. And I got duty, and I'm home trying to eat tacos and be with Mama. They call on the radio, Mel, come to the jungle, some guy cut himself. I get out there, just pick the fingers up. Get in the truck, let's go. Me Marine. No, I just, some of you guys are Marines, don't fool me. I saw it on the list, I went to check. I didn't want you sneaking up on me. This has to be a razor sharp. Then 2 balls of tinder. And then the bridge. See, the bridge is bent. Here, broken. Because if it's flat and you push down, it won't light. And then, this used to be easy for me to do. My boy used to do this. Indian boy, he was 8 years old. And every time he did it, I'd give him $5. One time he did it like 10 times. I said, Charlie, don't make any more fire. Well, do it now, Mel. I said, yeah, well, my bank account can't do it. Yeah, he was a... Now he just kind of makes girls instead of fire, I think. Change his skills. Okay. I'm not going to blow this one into a flame. I'm just going to make it cold. This would be 12 fires we made. Could be a world record.
Especially above the Arctic Circle. So much flash.
What did that t-shirt say? Don't ever give him up.
Strangle the colonel? No.
Yeah. This doesn't work this time. It is. God, I hate it when that happens. I looked around and it's still going. Come to life. My people, proud people. Hey, hey, hey!
Put it in the board, Mel. Yeah.
Okay, I'm using mullein that grows along the road, and they use the leaves for asthma, and they call it Indian toilet paper. And you can use it for fish poison. The dry stalks. And you want to use this part of your hand right here. And we need to push down. And it has to be straight. When we push down, and we go all the way down, spin down, hold it really tight. Come up here, go down again, 3 times, and then I'll take it. And I'll give it back to you 3 times, 3 times. And we should make smoke about the 3rd time down. That seems to be a good rule. And then it should be black, and it should be very fine powder. Okay, get ready. Okay. Yep, hold that. Give me with this Marine here. I'll tell him drilled in the post belt. I got you. You got an hour to go out here and get all the materials? We'll check on you tonight. We'll be up in the club.